fuck with a bang bang. The proof my chain hang. The Queens representative, it felt like the same gang. Coming from the Coliseum, my BM and my being, thinking about my family. You see, the state's about to free 'em. Pretty soon I'm on a furlough when we moving with the thorough, taking it across the bridge to meet the best of every borough. Uptown, Mecca audio, unique and diesel. It's me, Shorty Black, Shy Lord and Steve-O. Pushing past Dapper Dan, wide body, new keys. First I'm swinging by the fever, and from there it's 2 G's. Gucci link, Dookie rope, and a nugget bracelet. Take it, boom, bash, violate, butt naked. Eat 'em like a Willy burger, give a pound of AZ. In New York, clap your soul like a show in AG. DRES, I was born to be a vet. Peace to Toronto, Madison, freeunique.net.
This is part 2, because we ain't done yet. Me and the big homie, we giving it to you raw about back then content they ain't never got.
I'm saying, like, you know, I told him, you know, like, I did, you know, a touch. I was lucky. I skid bit it, you know what I'm saying, and let that teach me a lesson that I didn't revisit. You know what I'm saying? But
Tell them what skid bit is, man.
A skid bit is when you're fortunate enough, you know what I'm saying, to do something that isn't a major piece of time. Any piece of time is major at the end of the day.
Give them these jewels,
you know
son.
What I'm saying? But when you fortunate enough to do something, I would say maybe five and under.
You
skid bit.
Now that's a skid bit.
For real.
Yeah, you know man.
I would say, you know, like, for real, you know what I'm saying? Like, I would say right around there. You know, nobody want to give them that, but at the end of the day,
yeah, it's better than giving them that life, or that 20 or that 15. Right, you know?
Right.
Yeah.
So I learned a lot from me just, you know, barely touching something. But yo, you know, like, yo, I salute you, man, because you're strongest cat, one of the strongest cats walking in Harlem. And,
I mean, that's what they say.
You know what I'm saying? But you touched that ADX, man. Like, you know, like, you gotta tell me about that, man. Like that's, let the people know even what that is, man.
Yo, ADX was no joke.
You've heard about the prison for terror suspects at Guantanamo Bay, but you probably don't know there's another prison, a secretive installation in Colorado. The government won't say much about this place. It calls ADX, short for United States Penitentiary Administrative Maximum. Supermax is the place that America sends the prisoners it wants to punish the most, a place former Warden Robert Hood describes as a clean version of hell.
I want to give a big shout out to AJ from Baltimore, Pistol Pete, you know what I mean? You know, King Blood, you know what I mean? Everybody, Big Delroy Uzi, you know what I mean? JBL, you know what I mean? My brother, I love you, you know what I mean? Hold strong, I'm here and I'm reaching out. You know what I mean? That's the Big Delroy Edwards for the yard man and them doing no Uzi that. You understand what I said? Because at the end of the day, we are one man and we was used back in those days. We was used back in those days. You know what I mean? But we're going to get on another time. I'm finna tell them about ADX, because you asked about ADX, right?
Yeah, for real, like, I'm saying, man, like you did 27, even, how'd you get there? And then, you know what I'm saying, and then, man, like, what was it about? Like, for real, I know it was... Man,
the whole joint was just crazy, man. I mean, I just come in the system. It was, you know, I could drag it out, but I'm not even going to drag it out, you know. I went to Lewisburg, you know what I mean? Had a lot of downfall, saw the way the court system treated me. No, I was treated wrong. I was angry. I mean, I was really, really angry. You know what I mean? So I let all that hood anger out in the people's prison. You understand what I'm saying? They had a vote on the crack law and the powder. It was 100 grams of powder. You know what I mean? It's equal to only 1 gram of crack. You understand what I'm saying?
Yes, sir.
So something that a black person go and it's gone. You understand what I'm saying? A black person could get the same amount of time for that as a white person getting caught for this much powder. So they had to vote on C-SPAN TV. I'm sitting in Lewisburg, I'm watching this, they voting. I just know they're gonna change the law. They ain't catch me with nothing, I'm good. It's all hearsay, we say, what say, and all the hot say. You understand what I'm saying? So now I'm like, nah, you know what I mean? They know what I did, but I'm cool. All I did was powder. Sentence me to the powder, because that's what I sent. I sent the
and by the same parameters that you gonna send us him.
Yeah, exactly.
Right. He said,
that's what they're gonna send him under.
Right.
You understand what I'm saying? Okay, yeah, I had 255 keys. You know what I mean? But I would have took the 30 years for that. I would have took the 30 years for 255, 330 keys, you know, that they gave me. I would have took that. Of powder. But they done made it crack because they knew that would bury me for life. So I'm watching the C-SPAN and they got to vote if they're gonna make it 1-to-1. And this was right after the Million Man March in 1995. That was October 16th, a day I'll never forget.
We are a wounded people, but we're being healed. But President Clinton, America is also wounded. And there's hostility now in the great divide between the people. Socially, the fabric of America is being torn apart. And it's black against black, black against white, white against white, white against black, yellow against brown, brown against yellow. We are being torn apart. And we can't gloss it over with nice speeches, my dear Mr. President.
Now here comes about the 20th, then they had a vote the 20th, the 21st. Hey, how y'all doing? You already know. So, you know, they got the joint popping off. So we sitting here and they vote against it to say that they're going to leave me with a life sentence for sending powder. That's only 30 years. White boys is getting 30 years for that. But they're not getting 30 years. They're looking at 30 years for that. But they get less. But all I'm asking is to get that 30 years with honor. I would take that lay down and do my 30 years. You understand what I'm saying? And you know, because I know to shut the fuck up when I get caught up. I got caught. Give me something I feel I can live with. You know what I mean? But now they ain't want to do that. They voted against it. So now, next thing you know, when they vote against it, all the other little FCIs that's in the country, the lower security, they rioting and burning stuff and carrying on for that crack law, because that's what really affects.
Right.
I'm just angry.
That was a direct shot at our community.
Exactly.
And you.
Yeah, but it wasn't even in me because I was a kingpin. So I didn't fall into that category. But I was angry for that category. So I got involved for that category. You understand what I'm saying? And yeah, we, you know, did what we had to do. And we had the crack law riot in Lewisburg, Long Park, and every goddamn where else. So now they take all of us, they beat us up, bust us up, and they throw us in a cage for another month and a half. And then they shot us out to open up a place called Florence ADX. It wasn't even really open then. They opened that to gamble to see if it'll drive us crazy.
Wow.
They really tried to drive us crazy. They said them young blacks from that crack era is something in them because they're fighters. Even though a lot is pleading guilty, you got a few that's straight fighters. And we got to break them. Let's start with Unique. Let's start with Larry Harris, my man Mo from Baltimore. You understand what I'm saying? Let's start with Shakur, Sherman Dobson. You know what I mean? From Maryland, caught his case in D.C. You understand what I'm saying? All of us was up there. They started with us to see if they could drive us crazy. But alhamdulillah, we all made it out. We all made it out. Mo had 30, Shakur had a number because he had the old number. I'm the only one with life. But they told me, yo, only way you gonna get out is to program and show these people that you don't change. If you don't program and show these people you don't change, you ain't going nowhere, you're gonna die in prison. You understand what I'm saying?
Right. That's the only route.
That's the only route. So I'm locked in the cell all day so you're not a bid and go on, Nick. I know you want to know. They got El Chapo there. They experimented on us crack dealing young peons, because that's what we were, us peons, to see if it was qualified to put these big El Chapos in there. I ain't no El Chapo. I'm not faking to be El Chapo. 100 keys a day in Harlem ain't shit. Because I'm going to get into a whole nother podcast where I'm going to let them know about the Cali cartel and the Medellin cartel and how the Medellin had Washington Heights on lock. And everybody watch how to know. And know that Cali cartel wouldn't allow to come nowhere near Harlem, much less Washington Heights. So they stayed on the outskirts of Queens and they did what they had to do. You understand what I'm saying? But I'm going to get into that another time. But anyway, so I'm up there in ADX. And then now they got it where we stay on the tier. It's 18 cells. They only use 14 cells. Everything is single men. You know what I mean? They use the last 4 cells in case there is a riot or something major in another prison. They got somewhere to sell the ruly niggas, the unruly niggas. You follow where I'm coming from? Right. So now I had to sit there.
Right. And if they unruly, they coming straight to y'all.
They coming straight there. You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So I mean, they got a plan for all this, man.
Right.
So don't fall asleep and don't get caught up on it. When I went in this joint, man, they took me and they flew me from Lewisburg to Oklahoma. You know what I mean? United States. When I get to Oklahoma, I'm gonna give you one, right? When I get to Oklahoma, it's a big box. Everybody's handcuffed and shackled. You walking down, and they tell you step up on the box. The white man, turn around, family. The white man tapped me on my ankle like this, so I picked my ankle up. Go to your toes. You know what I mean? So he undrew the joint. He tapped on the leg. So when he go boom, and I pick it, he said, "Attaboy," and spit some goddamn tobacco. He tapped me on my leg to pick my leg up so he could turn the shackle, and then he responded like I was an animal, like I was a cow. Right. That man said, "Attaboy." Like, yo, I mean it.
Right.
And I've never seen that before. So to see that, it shocked me. I get to upstairs. The next day, they shoot me all the way out to ADX. I get to ADX, they take me in the joint, you know what I mean? Throw the mask over me and all that old crazy stuff. Fly me over there, take me down someplace, have some bus drive me down and go down and down and down the circle. We get down there, they got some white boys bigger than TNT. Now, how you get white boys bigger than TNT? Did you ever say these white boys had their neck off in the back of the ceiling?
I'm trying to imagine it, you know what I'm saying?
No, they was bigger than TNT. And then to make it worse, they got on this outfit. I know y'all seen the Ninja Turtles. They got on this outfit like a vest from a baseball catcher. And they got the joint around their joint, they got the joint on their legs, and they got the shield. And they call them Ninja Turtles.
Yeah.
They call them Ninja Turtles. And they cushion up so we go to move on them, boom, boom, boom. Right. But now I come to get off the bus, I ain't doing nothing. I'm scared to death. I'm not even gonna lie. Like, where the hell these people taking me? I just went underground somewhere. Like, and now these big ass Ninja Turtle Europeans. Like, what the? You know what I mean?
What's going on, man?
Yeah. So now, as soon as I get out the joint, the first one hit me with a clothesline to the head. Boom. And I swore to God, when I heard my ears ringing, I heard the word nigga. That motherfucker couldn't have said nothing because he was chewing too big of a piece of tobacco, old backwoods ass motherfucking European. But I mean,
that's off rip.
Yeah, but I heard nigga. But I know he ain't say nothing. But that's how hard this motherfucker hit me. I felt like who he felt like I was. And I heard
you know what I'm saying? He spoke to you through his motherfucker.
Yeah, before he was just booming. I heard the shit rattling in my head. Then another one kicked me. I'm on the ground, they stomping me. And I'm looking up like, God damn, this is worse than getting sentenced. You know what I'm saying? So now, they take me over there, they go give me the TB test. I had the night before, I tell them no, they went and hold me down. So they wound up forcing a needle in me, putting the wrong vein, that's why my shit all swollen. From 20-something goddamn years ago, this way they gave me the TB test after I already took it because I had to fight them off me because I wouldn't let them push the shit up in me because I didn't trust the TB test and all that they was giving us in prison. Keep your medicine, keep all that. If God want me to die, I'm gonna die. You know what I mean? But you ain't gonna push nothing up in me to see if I got nothing and make sure to prevent me from nothing. But that's what all that did from them fighting. All this from them fighting, trying to get this goddamn needle in my arm. You know what I mean? I mean, we down there rumbling.
And they will experiment on us. They've done it throughout
history. I refuse to let them do it. Then I found out later on that when you get down there, that's the thing. They tell you it's the TB test, and they hit you up with some Thorazine to slow you down, and then they monitor you.
You know what I'm saying?
You understand what I'm saying?
Right.
So the best thing I did was to fight them all. Right. They whooped me. You know what I mean? They whooped me. You know what I mean? I'm keeping it real. They whooped me. You know what I mean? Right. But I'm sane today. Yeah. You know what I mean? I'm sane today. So I take an ass whooping to be sane and free 26 years later. But anyway, I get up there. They got 4 steps to the program. Let me hurry up, speed this out. Now, they put you in the first program. First program, you go up there, you come out for like 1 hour a day. You go eat. Go to the rec yard. And you go to the rec yard with the other 14 men on the team. So you do get a chance to mingle with them. But then when you go out there, you get 14 miserable motherfuckers. After 90 days, the dude that you thought was your best friend, you love, y'all having good time, he mad at you. And you wondering for what? He just mad at you because there's no one else there to be mad at. He tired of looking at you.
You get all emotions.
You understand what I'm saying?
Right. I mean, you get everything about what's going on.
For real. Right. I ain't got nothing to do with what you got over here. Right. You my dog, and you mad at me. And I'm like, yo, dude, what are you mad at? Man, I'm just mad. That's what the fuck that got to do with me. But this is the shit that we had to deal with. But I learned to laugh at it, and I used to point it out to him. And I tell him, man, yo, go ahead and kill me, man. So I ain't got to do this goddamn time, man. And we all just start laughing. I'm like, nigga, if you that mad, nigga, just kill me, man. Get me out this life sentence. You know what I mean? Get me out this life sentence by just killing me. And then you gonna do my life sentence. And niggas just start laughing. Say, nah, you know, we gonna fight. and that brother there, you know what I mean? Bernard Goins, Chicago, GD, he home now too. He got his life sentence off him, the same one I'm telling you about. So y'all in Chicago, if y'all know Bernard Goins, you let him know that I mentioned him on here, and he'll stamp what I'm saying. You understand? Because that's what it was. Bernard came there from Lewisburg too, beat up a big old white boy lumberjack named Rambo.
Oh, all right. There's always a Rambo. I had a Rambo in my hood, and they always the same motherfucker.
You know what I mean? Yeah. But look, so he got look, Rambo wore these red suspenders.
This motherfucker was red hair. Yo, there's gonna be some.
You sure that ain't that Rambo? Man, I think he know Rambo, man. No, but he was wrong.
Yo, this motherfucker, he was a queen though.
No, but I'm telling you that there's a Rambo everywhere and they all fit the same. Like they never, not like the hood name of Rambo because they know they're just going to be a fuck up. They just know they're going to be a fuck up, so they name him Rambo. What other way to do it? Yo, you going to name a nigga Rambo, and you know he a big dumb motherfucker want to fight everybody.
Yeah, you gonna fuck him up. Yeah,
you know what I mean?
Yeah, right.
No, but look, Rambo went and Rambo had a big ass axe handle. When I first got locked up, all right, you know what it is. When I first got locked up, you know what I mean? Look, when I first went in there was a lot of carry billy clubs in the prison. After 95, when they put all that millions in the building, you know, all them, you know, more prison, they put like 20 billion to build more prisons in 95. Bill Clinton signed in. Once they did that, they took out the billy club because now it's a business and they put in more furniture factories for us to work for nothing, slave labor, called Unicorn. I'm gonna get in that another program.
Yo, I want to touch what we definitely gonna touch it.
But let me finish the ADX one, then we go over there.
Right.
No.
I just letting you know.
Yeah, I know. I don't want to crisscross the two because you know we'll do that because that's how we build. You know what I mean? So we got to try and stay on the same topic for them. So now I'm up at ADX. So we got big ass Rambo, got my man brought in there because he tried to hit my man with the billy club, which was a big ass axe handle, is what Rambo carried. He's a big ass lumberjack white boy with red suspenders. When he went to cock back to smack the shit out of my man with the shit like he was an old nigga from the slave penitentiary, because we out in the middle of Pennsylvania where they burn coal 24 hours a day, 365 days a year, because they need some, coal.
Yeah, coal.
Coal, yeah.
Little black round
because no one else is buying it in the world because it pollutes the earth. But they got to deal with the government to sell the coal to Lewisburg. Wow. And in Lewisburg, in order to be able to keep buying it, they got to burn it even in the summer. Wow. So when we go to the shoe, we up in a hole in Lewisburg in the summer. I'm talking about hot like this, where niggas sweating. You understand what I'm saying? You up there, they got a big pipe like this, the side of a street light. And that's where the heat coming from. Wow. And these Europeans pushing coal in it all through the summer. Wow. And we laying down with that pipe running through a little 2x4 room, no bigger than the sidewalk. From here to here is the room. You understand what I'm saying? It's one of these squares. Hey, Dan, get this square. This is the size of the room. It's from right here to right here, and we're gonna come back here to this one. This is your cell. And then you got a big ass pipe going through it. You got a bed here and a toilet there. You sit down on the bed and your knees is hitting the wall. And it's hot like you in hell. And these Europeans ain't got no problem putting us in there 60 days, 90 days, 120 days, you know, shit like that.
Fucked up, man.
They don't care about that. That's what our brothers is going through on the inside for those of y'all that don't know. You understand? This was nothing easy. So y'all thinking about committing a crime, being a life of crime, being a part of crime, and do anything with a crime. You know what I mean? Just don't drop a dime and get the hell out the game. That's it.
Period.
Just get out the game. You ain't got to drop a dime. Just get out the game. Nobody telling you to do nothing illegal.
What's up?
Just get out the game. Because it ain't worth it. Because you ain't trying to live like that for your summer. I had a good summer making these videos for y'all. A good summer making these videos. Right. You understand where I'm coming from, family?
Yes, sir.
So, and I got brothers that's still sitting in the cage that call me once a week. I mean, you know what it is. I mean, and then, you know, don't call me, but they call their families once a week. If they're lucky, because they don't like giving the phone but once every 30 days. But they got to buy a phone from somebody else that got it, slide the phone down and do all this to slide it, because they don't get one call every 30 days. So I might give you $10 to get your call this month, because you ain't going to use it anyway. You understand what I'm saying? So that's where we at. But we in ADX, and that's how we do it. So when we go out in the joint, it's like you sit in this cell in ADX all day. All day, 24 hours a day, got a shower in the room, you don't come out for nothing but to go to the rec yard, and they put shackles and all this on you and bring all these police to make it uncomfortable, and you got to strip butt naked to go to the yard, then you got to strip butt naked, come back from the yard. I mean, everywhere you go, they want to see your nuts. I mean, like, what the hell is this about? You think I got a nut factory? You know what I'm saying? I mean, for real, dog. Then they would take you, bend over. Motherfucker, I'm not bending over. Nigga, go look up your daddy ass. Yeah, I mean, but this is the type of shit that you want to say, but as soon as you say something, they kick you in your motherfucking face. You know what I mean? So every once in a while, you say, man, is it worth getting kicked in the motherfucking face today? So I tell nigga, fuck you. And yeah, of course he kicked me in the face, and that's how I wanted with 88. I'm fucking with the police. But anyway, so we go up in the joint, but they got El Chapo down there, they're not making any joke, but certain people get sentenced down there and can't come out. The first person to get sentenced down to ADX that couldn't come out was the Latin King brother, I think it's King Blood. You know what I mean? The judge sent him to that. You know what I mean? And he would have got out. You know what I mean? They probably would have let him out to go back to general population, but they tried to get nasty You know what I mean? And I pray for the brother every night. They tried to get nasty, and because his judge that sentenced him to the life in ADX died, but he didn't say like natural life in ADX. You know what I mean? Meaning he was supposed to work his way out the program like everyone else, but they didn't give him a chance to. But he appealed it after the judge died, and the rest of his homeboys, the judge's homeboys, they upheld that, and that's how they got away with sentencing Pistol Pete to life in ADX from King Blood case. That was the first one while I was still up there. That was the first one, because they just opened up ADX when I got there, and he came right after me, right from the court. You know what I mean? They accused him of ordering a hit or something like that from in the joint. You know what I mean? But, you know, whatever it is, I pray for him. He was a good brother. You know what I mean? I got nothing but love and respect for him. You know what I mean? And you know, it is what it is. But, you know, these are the men that they put up there. But no man deserved to sit in a goddamn room this big for the rest of their life, man. I did 5 years in a room that big. I did 5 years in a room that big. Just, yo, that joint is nuts. You know what I mean? Only thing you got to look forward to, every day I'm looking forward to get my mail. You understand what I'm saying? Because when they get the mail, that means that somebody thought about me on the other side of the wall. So everybody and their mama on the gate, like we hungry for food or something, at 4 o'clock count, waiting on that mail call to come, hoping that even if our homeboy, our girl just wrote it on a piece of paper, I love you, that joint there puts you to sleep like a baby. You understand? Just those 3 words. So if y'all know somebody in prison, you know what I mean? Those 3 words, I love you, I'm thinking about you, or I miss you. Those little 3-letter words that y'all take for granted out here, it means so much when we trapped in a cage, man. And I'm out here now, and I'm speaking for my brothers that can't speak, to explain to his woman that they done lowered our emotions and expectations so much. You understand? That those 3 little words on a piece of paper, you know what I mean more to me than my next breath, damn near. I could die in peace some days waiting on mail and then to get something.
Know you love.
That's it.
That's real. That's real.
Because you feel unloved, unthought about. I can't touch you.
Right.
You can't touch no one, except for the dudes you go to the yard with. And we ain't into that. You understand what I'm saying? So we had I have touched not another skin other than mine for 5 years. Yeah, I'm gonna get back into finishing up this bid in ADX. But you know, Dres wanted to share something with you that he wanted to get off his mind and make sure you youngins get and understand this, and the females too, how it is doing time. Because the brother, like he said, he did 10 months. He ain't do 10 years, but he did 10 months, and that felt like 10 years, and that was enough. 1 day is too much.
Too much, for real.
So, you know, there ain't no such thing as a skid bid. It shouldn't be no bid. Stay out of jail, stay away from trouble, don't put yourself in that situation.
Without question.
You know what I mean? Well, go ahead,
we
family.
gotta learn how to navigate as a community, because that's what they trying to do. They trying to have us with the first felony at 16, the second by 18.
You know? So that kills the vote. Now we can't vote.
Takes the gun out of our hands
and kill the vote.
You know what I'm saying?
Take all our rights as a citizen.
You know what I'm saying? And it's important that we learn how to move as a community, as well as it's important that those things get passed forward. I love you. You know what I'm saying? Like you were saying, you know, a little piece of paper with that written to someone that's away, because more so, they need the opportunity to grow. We all make mistakes. Imagine making a mistake and never getting the opportunity to correct it or grow. Or be better. You know what I'm saying? And that's what happens to too many of us in the world. You know what I'm saying? At the end of the day, past that I love you forward, if you know that they ain't gonna get it from nowhere else, make sure you're doing that with yours. You know what I'm saying? And give everybody an opportunity to grow, to be better. You know, like, God forbid, you know what I'm saying, if falling off the curb was a life sentence, you know what I'm saying, how many people wouldn't be here? We all make mistakes. You know what I'm saying? Like, at the end of the day, it's all about what you do with that and who you become with that. You know what I'm saying? I salute you. I know who they took away, let alone who came home.
Tell them again.
And you solid on both sides.
You know what I'm saying?
You know what I'm saying? Like, yo, my dude, for real, and I'm proud of you, and I already see how you about to bring it. I'm gonna be, yo.
You know we're here together, family. You know how we do.
Yo,
you know?
Dude,
yeah.
Bro, and he's been who he is. You know what I'm saying? Sincerely, the platform's gonna become some huge,
astronomical.
You know what I'm saying? I already know.
Yeah, man.
Come
on, son.
Japan, London.
You know. But check, right? When I got to ADX, I'm gonna go back to when I got to ADX. I forgot to tell you. When I got to ADX, I'm on the plane, and they call people off the plane. People on the plane. So now they're bringing people off the plane. They're bringing people from ADX that's leaving. because nobody leaves, but being it was a big ass riot when all of us tore up the joint, and they said they locked down every prison in America. I'm gonna get back into that whole nother joint. But anyway, they locked down every prison in America, like I said, back there doing a Million Man March, and then when they had this crack law riot on CNN that we all tore up the joint, boom. So when they locked that joint down and they sent us all up there, they had people there that didn't belong there that they put in ADXs to fill the bed space. And Dr. Batula Shakur was one. You know what I mean? And he's still alive, and he'll tell you about this, because me and him laughed about it 2018, August 23rd, you know what I mean, when I got to Victorville, you know what I mean, and ran into the old dog again.
All right.
You know what I mean? So when I see old Doc Shakur, I said, oh man, you don't even remember that the first time we met. And he said, you know, I don't. I just know your crazy ass so long. You know what I mean? I said, nah, nigga, but you don't know where we met. He said, nah, I really don't, nigga, because you know, you just so damn crazy, so much shit you do that a nigga don't know what you do. You know what I mean? You just think about anything you do, and niggas just start laughing. You know, he said, that's why I love you, young bro. You got the spirit like I had when I was young. And at this time, he's 70-something years old. This Dr. Shakur. He's 70-something years old, and he talking like this. Every day, this man run around the yard. And anybody that been in the jail, Dr. Shakur would tell you, man, 70 years old, and he run around the yard every day and get his workout in, like 3-4 miles. About 3 times a week, he do 5 miles a day. You know what I mean? And he go out there and he do him. But anyway, I'm telling him how we met. And how we met is the day when they took me to ADX, I'm all beat up, busted up, nuts this goddamn big with them Europeans done kick me all up. I can't even walk. But I'm sitting there and they waiting to let us off last, so they had to make room to give us beds in ADX. So when they went to give us the beds in ADX, they went and Shakur's bed was one they gave. So they released him back to the regular prison system, and they put me and the other 6 brothers that came with me from Lewisburg and another 18 from Lum Park and 45 from Leavenworth and all the penitentiaries. So that's how they filled up ADX with all those crack dealers that fought for the crack law riot. But me and Doc Shakur, we sitting on a plane. I'm sitting on the plane, they come and they put him next to me. So I said, what's up, old man? I seen your picture somewhere before. And he said, nah, you ain't seen my picture. I've been in here since in 80-something, something like that. I said, nah, I know you somewhere, you know what I mean? So he said, nah, you might know my son, Tupac. I said, man, that's what I seen the picture, man. You know what I mean? That's what I seen the picture. You know what I mean? Tupac used to carry around the picture with him, you know what I mean, in his pocket. And always showed me and said, man, this is who you remind me of, man. This is my pops, man. He a wild dude, but he always, you know what I mean, look out for everybody. A good dude, he got a bad break, man. You need to chill out. And he used to tell me to chill out. I'm not even gonna fake. You know what I mean? And one of his homeboys, I'm gonna give you one of Tupac homeboys that was out in Jersey, and I'm gonna call him out, maybe he come forward, or somebody know him. He was out in Jersey, he drove a van, you know what I mean? Tupac sent him to come pick me up so that he could ask me how to.
What's wrong with Stretch? Stretch
Yeah,
Queens.
I don't know who he ran with. I don't know who he ran with. He had a van.
Yes.
He had a white.
MPV?
Nah, it wasn't MPV. It was like a van, man, like a Ford or a Dodge customized van, man. If y'all out there ran with what was Tupac group out there? The
Outlaws.
The Outlaws. Anybody that know them, you know, back in '93, you know what I mean? Which one of the homies had the van, the blue and white van customized, man. Dark skin, had a little weight on him. But anyway, the moral of the story is Tupac sends him to come get me because he wanted me, you know what I mean, to teach him how to play birdie. You know what I mean? He wanted to follow me around Club 2000, up in the Zodiac, you know, and all the clubs in Harlem, so he knew how to play this character birdie. In the movie, he getting ready to do called Above the Rim. You understand what I'm saying? In the end Above the Rim, you hear them doing the Mecca audio chant, AAOI at the end of the basketball game. You know what I mean? I'm supposed to be a part of all that. But at that time, I'm on the street. I ain't trying to hear none of that. Tupac, my man, good, bro. I ain't trying to get in no movie. Because right now, I'm king in New York, and I'm living my own movie. You know what I mean? So I told the homie, you know what I mean? I'll holler at him. You know what I mean? So now, the homie came back, and next thing I know, they did the movie, and then I see all the trickle down that came after the fact with Tupac. But his man know who I'm talking about that he sent to come get me, to follow me around. You know what I mean? You know, to learn how to play me. You know what I mean? And I respect him, respect his homies. You know, I respect Jersey because I come from across the water too. You know what I mean? I mean, it is what it is, and that's how love was, man. And back to Dr. Shakur. So when I tell Dr. Shakur that me and him sitting on a plane, and he's telling me what to expect when I go down there. And the first thing that old man said is, man, they gonna beat your ass. And he don't even like to curse. But he said, man, they gonna beat your ass when you get down there. He said, man, only reason they ain't whoop us because they saving their energy to whoop you motherfuckers they bring here because y'all had the nerve to riot in their prison.
Oh, wow.
You know what I mean? This what.
So they got it on for y'all from the door.
Yeah, you know what I mean? So we leave, separate, boom, boom, boom. Then I run into him August 23rd was the next time I seen him. Cause every jail I went to, he just left. Dr. Shakur is one that they always putting out of a jail because he unites the young boys together. So just his power is what they intimidated for. And he get moved all around. I thought he went to ADX4 and everything. Took him out of Lewisburg just when I got there. I got there October 17th, 1994. And they took him out of there in October to send him to ADX. You know what I mean? And by a year later, that's when I pop up. And they taking him out because he had no business going there. But they needed a bed space for a younger nigga. You know what I mean? Like how they try and use, you know, what the breathing machines. You know what I mean? When things got ugly, they were talking about, oh, she's 70. She don't need it. Yeah, she don't need it. Give it to Dres. He only 40. You know what I mean? He got another 30 in him. So we're going to decide to play God. You know what I mean? So, you know, that's how they was doing it. But, man, big shout out to Dr. Shakur, man. I love you. And I mean, I love everybody that's praying for him. When I left, right before I left, so I closed this, I made this a Dr. Shakur joint. Right before I left the joint where I was at, he come out to see me one day, sent word for me to come out. Because they split the yard up, it's hard to come out, get out there with all that killing going on out there, right? So he calls me out there, and I go out to the yard, and he sit down, and he put his hand on my shoulder, he said, young blood, they finally got me. I said, what happened? He said, man, they diagnosed me with cancer. You know what I mean? I said, cancer? I said, how you got cancer and you jog 5 miles 3 times a week? You can't have cancer. I said, man, I think they messing with you, man. He said, nah, that's what they told me. You know what I mean? The next day I come out in the yard looking for the old man. He gone. They sent him to a cancer hospital like in Kentucky. And I think that's where he's still at. So everybody say a prayer for Dr. Shakur, man. You know what I mean? Everybody say a prayer for Dr. Shakur. All the brothers that know me, they know how me and him is. I love you, and everybody that met Dr. Shakur love him. You know what I mean? Dr. Shakur is that, that's the godfather. Everybody loved Dr. Shakur in the prison. I'm saying all race, religion, everything. And he was a black, freedom fighter. You understand what I'm saying?
I guess that's where his son got it from.
Yeah, and the thing is,
that ability.
But even the Europeans, man, even the police love him. You know what I mean? He did for bank robbery, some other things back in the day, but that's the man. You know what I mean? He was accused of that. Let's get that right. Yeah, he was accused of that. But I'm gonna tone that out, and I'm gonna make this one here me speaking on Dr. Shakur, man. I got plenty more Dr. Shakur stories, but I ain't gonna hold it up with that because we got to get into some other things. But I just want to tell y'all thank you for allowing me to share my good brothers I left behind. Say a prayer for Dr. Shakur. Last I heard, he had the cancer. I haven't been in touch with him. You know what I mean? So if anybody in touch with him, you let him know that Unique the Crazy Jamaican said what's up, and I'm praying for him and for him to get at me, and y'all get at me for him. All right, let me sign out on this.
All right, love us love.
All right. Yo, you know what time this is. Unique, the Harlem legend, the icon, the kingpin. Make sure y'all check out my YouTube channel at Unique Mecca Audio. Hit the subscribe button. Make sure you like my joints. Make sure you comment on the joints. And make sure you share this joint. All right? Make sure you hit the notification button so you're notified when the videos come in. You don't want to miss it. And make sure you tell a friend to tell a friend to tell a friend that Unique Mecca Audio got it going on. All right? Hey, make sure you get this joint. It's bananas. A Roaring Harlem at roaringharlem.com. You ain't gonna find another better book. Yo, get this joint while supplies last, because I'm telling you, the best book you're gonna read, 5 stars, it's crack.